I was already dead when the bridge exploded. I just didn't know it yet. My name is Blake Rivera, and this is what I remember from the night I tried to outrun God, the law, and myself, all at once. The city was bleeding neon into the rain. Red and blue lights painted the wet asphalt behind me as I pushed the stolen Charger past 130. The engine screamed. My hands were slick with blood. Mine or someone else's, I couldn't tell anymore. The windshield had 3 bullet holes spreading cracks like spider webs across my vision. In the back seat, duffel bags stuffed with cash and gold chips rolled and tumbled with every swerve. $80 million. That's what we'd taken. That's what had gotten everyone killed. Marcus died first, shot through the throat on the bank steps. Vanessa made it to the getaway van before a sniper's bullet found her temple. Cole bled out in my arms 2 blocks later, whispering his daughter's name. Now it was just me, alone, racing toward the harbor bridge with nowhere left to run. Helicopters circled above like metal vultures. Their searchlights cut through the storm, hunting. The radio crackled with orders to shoot on sight. I wasn't a person anymore, I was a target. The bridge stretched ahead, a gray ribbon suspended over black water. Beyond it, the ocean waited, endless and dark. I floored the accelerator. Maybe I could lose them on the other side. Maybe I could vanish into the industrial ports and... The grenade hit the road beside me. The world turned white, then orange, then spinning chaos as the car lifted off the pavement like a toy thrown by an angry child. I felt the impact in my bones, metal crunching, glass shattering, my body slamming against the steering wheel. The guardrail shattered. For one impossible second, I was airborne, suspended between the burning city and the cold sea below. Then I was falling. The car hit the water nose first. The sound was like the earth splitting open. Water exploded through every gap. The windows, the doors, the bullet holes. It was freezing and violent and everywhere at once. I clawed at my seatbelt, lungs already burning, but my fingers were numb and clumsy. The car sank fast, dragged down by the weight of all that stolen gold. Darkness swallowed everything. The city lights above faded to pinpricks, then nothing. My chest felt like it was collapsing. I opened my mouth and seawater rushed in, cold and bitter. This was it. This was how I died, drowning in my own greed, sinking toward a grave I'd dug with bullets and blood. Then I saw her. At first, I thought she was a hallucination, the brain's last desperate dream before death. But she moved toward me through the black water with purpose, graceful as smoke. Her skin glowed faintly, pale and luminous like moonlight trapped beneath the waves. Her eyes were green. Not human green, but the color of deep ocean glass. Her hair drifted around her like silk, and where her body should have ended in legs, there was something else. Scales, silver and iridescent, catching light that had no source. She reached out and touched my chest. The water around us exploded into color, blues and greens and golds swirling like liquid light. I felt myself being pulled, not down but sideways through some impossible door I couldn't see. The roar of the ocean became a hum, then a whisper, then silence, then nothing at all. I woke up choking. My lungs heaved, expelling water that tasted like salt and copper. I rolled onto my side and vomited seawater onto white sand. My body shook, my vision blurred, but I was breathing. I was alive. I lay there for a long time, waiting for my heart to slow, waiting for the world to stop spinning. When I finally lifted my head, I saw where I was. An island, small, maybe half a mile across, ringed by perfect white sand. The ocean beyond was impossibly blue, the kind of blue you see in vacation ads, not in the storm-dark harbor I'd fallen into. The sky was clear. The sun hung low and golden, casting no shadows. Everything was too perfect, too still, too quiet. I stood on shaking legs and looked down at myself. My clothes were soaked but intact. The bullet wound in my shoulder, the one Cole had wrapped with his own shirt, was gone. No blood, no scar, just smooth, unbroken skin. I called out. My voice echoed strangely, as if the island itself was listening.
Is anyone out there?
No one answered. I started walking. The sand was soft beneath my bare feet, but when I looked back, my footprints were already fading, erased by some invisible tide. The trees inland weren't quite right either. Their leaves shimmered like glass, and when the breeze touched them, they hummed softly, a sound that made my teeth ache. I found my car near the far shore. It was half submerged in shallow water, still on fire. Flames licked at the crumpled hood, casting orange reflections on the surf. But the fire never spread. It just burned in place, frozen like a photograph. That's when the fear started to creep in. Days passed, or maybe hours. Time felt wrong here, elastic, slippery. I didn't get hungry. I didn't get tired. The sun never fully set, just dimmed to a soft twilight that lasted forever. I saw them on the 3rd day, or the 30th. I don't know anymore. Marcus stood by the water's edge, facing the ocean. His throat was whole, no wound, but his eyes were empty. He turned to me and smiled. "We made it, Blake. We made it." But his lips didn't move. Vanessa appeared next, walking out of the trees, her head tilted at an impossible angle. She looked at me and repeated the same words. "We made it. We made it." Cole sat by my burning car, holding his daughter's photograph. He didn't acknowledge me at all. I ran. I ran until my legs gave out, until I collapsed on the beach, screaming at the sky. But the island just absorbed my voice, swallowed it, gave nothing back. That's when she returned. The mermaid stood on the water like it was solid glass. Her green eyes found mine, and this time, her voice came not from her mouth, but from inside my skull. A whisper that felt like drowning. "You're not where you think you are, Blake." I scrambled backward. "What is this place? What did you do to me?" "I didn't bring you here. You did." "That's insane." "This is the echo," she said calmly, "where the sea remembers what the living forget. You died on that bridge. What you're seeing now is the space between your last breath and your last thought. This island, your friends, me, we're all pieces of you trying to make sense of what you can't accept." "No." I shook my head. "I survived. I washed ashore. I'm alive." She tilted her head, and for the first time, something like pity crossed her face. "Then explain why you don't sleep, why you don't hunger, why your footprints vanish, why the sun never sets." I had no answer. The island began to change after that. At night, or what passed for night, the ocean turned red. The water glowed like blood, and beneath the surface I could see them, all of them. Every person I'd ever hurt, every face I'd tried to forget. They floated just below the waves, eyes open, staring up at me with expressions I couldn't bear to meet. The mermaid stayed close now, silent, watching. "Why won't you let me go?" I asked her one night, my voice breaking. "I'm not holding you," she said. "You are." I fell to my knees in the sand. The weight of it, the guilt, the blood, the greed, crushed me. I cried for the first time since I was a child. I cried for Marcus and Vanessa and Cole. I cried for the security guard I'd shot in the leg. I cried for the versions of myself I'd killed to become this. The island began to dissolve. The sand lifted into light, particle by particle. The trees shimmered and faded. The ocean turned from red to gold to white. The mermaid knelt beside me, her hand on my shoulder. "You can forgive yourself now, Blake. I don't deserve it. No one does," she whispered. "That's what makes it grace." A voice cut through the light, sharp, panicked, real. We've got a pulse. He's breathing. I gasped, and the taste of salt water filled my mouth. My eyes snapped open to harsh fluorescent lights. Machines beeped, hands pressed on my chest. Paramedics shouted coordinates and vitals. I was in an ambulance, alive. For one heartbeat, I believed it. Then the monitor flatlined. As the sound faded to a single, endless tone, I saw her reflection in the window. The mermaid, standing in the rain outside, watching me with those green, endless eyes. She whispered one last time, "You finally remembered?" And the world went quiet.